Hi guys, hope this finds you well wherever you are. This is Joint Hands Green Life Trees.
And I am Pamela from Joint Hands Green Life Trees.
And I'm called Bosco, and we are
at Uncle Mo's place.
Standing right at the gate front. Yeah, we are at the gate front, and this is how the home looks. At the gate. He has got a very wonderful gate back here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the gate is so awesome, so excellent, and soon I believe it will be in working condition because he has worked on the concrete on either side. It is standing strong, and it is a sliding gate. I tell you, this young boy has done great things here. So we are taking you into the house also, because into the home, because we would want to work out something that is committed to the beauty of the gate. So come along with us. So this is it. We are right inside Uncle Mo's compound, and as you can see, we have drawn the home, drawings all over. We have drawn something there, drawn something here, and this is what I want to bring to your attention. Now, this is it. One subscriber who happens to be our subscriber and also a subscriber of Uncle Mo saw it wise to send us over here to help Uncle Mo to have the plants in this compound planted in rightly and planted accordingly, because I think going by the observation here was that the plants were haphazardly placed in the compound, and that is what I want to show you before I tell you what it is all about that we want to undertake here. So
and just as we can remind our subscribers, these plants were given out 2 or 3 months ago.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel it could even be more than that.
Or more than that.
Yeah.
So some of them have been planted, so we love to remove them from the soil and replant and restructure them.
Yeah.
And just because most of the plants, they were ornamental plants.
Almost all of them were ornamental plants.
And one fruit tree.
Yeah, and there was one fruit tree, and there's also, and it was of importance to notice that this was a donation from subscribers.
Yes.
Because they saw the kind of magnificent house that Uncle was coming up with here, and also looking at the kind of wall that he has set up in his home, and also the gate. So they saw that some beautiful plants would
fit the compound.
Would fit the compound and make it look even nicer.
Most of the plants, they have different forms of canopies. Some are shrubs. So it's always better to arrange them appropriately in the compound without any affecting with each other. And any one of the trees showing its beauty as it's intended.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as we walk around, you will see that that is the gate. And inside here are the plants, right at the gate front. And these plants, as you can see them, is that there is this ashok tree. First of all, to start with, is that you can see this large avocado tree. This avocado tree is standing almost right in front of the gate with its size. It has grown here and it's taken quite some time. But as you can see, that is the gate and that is the tree. And if there's a driveway to come up, then this is where it should be. So I don't know how that would be with the gate. But while still at that, there are plants here that were also just planted. This is an ashok tree, and this is a palm tree, and they are all lying close to each other. This is also a fishtail palm tree. And looking around here, we have an orange tree. And we also have another ashok tree, and they are just lying close to each other. Like you can see, this ashok tree is right next to this hibiscus, and there's an Italian cypress here that was planted, and this is also placed somewhere next to it. I believe the intention is to plant, but now they are lying haphazardly. But most haphazard is here. This here is a palm tree. And right at its foot is another croton plant, this croton plant here. So makes it just so a little bit not so organized, but he did what he could do best according to his understanding. Now this is what our subscribers saw. Many plants lying all over, and Some have been affected a bit either by animals or something, but our purpose here is to see how best to place plants. So when we got in here, we started with drawing up the entire plan, because in arranging this, we didn't only come to consider how to place the plants. We also came over here to see that we come up with a plan that can guide the whole process of landscaping, if he might want to landscape the home, which of course is ideal. He has a beautiful home, he has a nice home that he shouldn't just let it be like any other home. He has to strive to make it beautiful. The kind of house he has, the kind of gate he has, the wall he has constructed, he should also have a compound that appreciates the beauty of the infrastructure. And so that is why we got into drawing up this. This drawing here that you see is to one side, and we have another to that other side. So this is an intended driveway, and this driveway starting there at the front and runs all the way to the gate. So it means if any vehicle comes in, can conveniently drive all the way and come and find its parking space right in front of that mud house there. So we have adequate space here. We also considered that besides the driveway, if the vehicle would want to turn, then it can enter, and of course small vehicles, because we do not expect heavy traffic here. So it can enter there, and if it wants to leave, you can reverse back to the other side before you get to turn and face the gate. Or you can drive in from the gate. Then from the gate, as you drive in, you can then reverse into the parking. So as you look here, the parking space, we have come up with an intended flower bed. So this should be a flower bed. The two lines you are seeing, we have drawn up a flower bed, so that here, the most ideal thing to do is to place road curbs, which we can do using bricks. But there are also road curbs, usually expensive, so that's why we would go for bricks. So some brick would be constructed to either side, and then in the middle, it would be a flower bed. Now, the same case would apply to our driveway here. Now, this driveway, as you can see it, plants would be placed right from the gate and would come all the way. Now, coming over to this area at the gate, this is the explanation I would want to give, is that this is a sliding gate. So it means there will be a lot of movement next to the gate. So this was just a tentative drawing, but we won't plant anything around the gate because of the movement involved in opening the gate from time to time. It means plants that would be placed here are likely to be disturbed. So we leave a whole space that can enable someone to enter right into the compound over there and do anything around the house. But right here would be a driveway heading to where I was standing previously, and I was showing you. And this same side, the same thing would be to this side. We would have, on this driveway, we would have road curbs, or which we can do using bricks, as I said. So we would have road curbs to either side, and the middle would be a flower bed. So it is in the middle of the flower bed that we will have crotons planted in intervals, and we tried to give these intervals as we have drawn here. If you look around here, you will see that this is a plant. This here will be a plant, a croton plant. And as we move, we'll place another one. So these are the intervals that we gave between the croton plants. So it means that this flower bed, we'll do some flower that will be trimmed. It has to be a hedge that will be trimmed at some height. After trimming to a height, we will leave the croton to come to some greater height than the plants at the lower. The flower bed would have plants down, and we have not settled for which plants because we have so many plants that can go into this flower bed. Pam.
Yeah, but you were suggesting, we were just suggesting a line of croton
and
this one will be a
Duranta.
line of cotton and Duranta,
Yeah.
and another line of cotton and Duranta.
Yeah.
Then at the front there, we would put the hibiscuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then besides Croton, we also have, besides Duranta, we also have
Chinese grass.
We have Chinese grass and
kufia.
we have kufia, and
Yeah.
kufia is usually so beautiful.
Yeah. And easy to manage as well.
And
Because
easy
there's
to
no
manage.
much trimming for it.
Yeah, and it's so flowery,
Yeah.
and usually so it dwarf.
Yeah.
It is usually dwarf,
Yeah.
and so it is easier to deal with. So those are the plants that we are likely to have here if our client buys our idea. Because again, we didn't inform you when we started all this that throughout the time we've been here, we didn't find Uncle. Otherwise, he would be with us here.
Yeah.
So he's more likely to meet this video
Yeah.
before we get to interact with him.
Yes. So he knew of our coming. But
he knew that we were on the way coming over here.
That we were coming.
Yeah, only that we missed out on, we didn't catch up with him as we were coming over. But he knows that we are here, and we have his blessings on this work. I believe the reason why we are drawing up but not yet transferring the plans is that we believe we are seeking his opinion, or we would want to show him the plan so that he is moving along with us, so that we do not just be working and perhaps he doesn't know what exactly we intend to achieve. Yeah. And so all the plants that are lying in the driveway here, as I showed you before, these will have to be removed. And a number of them will be planted next to the wall, and those will be most of them palm trees. And ashok. So we'll have ashok. Ashok will be placed at the wall, the front, at the gate, next to the gate. So as they grow tall, they'll be giving some good ambience as towards the road. Yeah, so the ashok will go that direction. And the palm trees, a number of them will come to this, the wall to the lower side of the home. I believe most of us who have been following Uncle's videos have always, Uncle's, videos has always seen, you understand the shape of this home. So to the lower side, we will have mostly palm trees. And so the fruit tree, we will transfer it to the further end of the wall towards the eucalyptus. Yeah, so that
and it also needs some pruning.
It needs some pruning because since we planted it, we can see that we have got, you remember it is...
Yeah, there's some branches below the grafted level,
which
may overpower the best variety that we grafted it with, which is this one.
Yeah.
So you can see these are the lemon branches that have grown below this grafted level because it was budded through this.
It was budded right where you are holding.
Yes, so these ones have to be removed.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to remove them at the time of working, and we'll also get to transfer it because it is lying right in the driveway. So whatever is lying in the middle here will have to be transferred. And so all its the beauty here will be seen after we will have arranged every plant where it exactly belongs.
Exactly.
And I have also another thing to show you here, that this flower bed here, it comes all the way. The flower bed to the upper side comes all the way from the gate and to this point. This is where it ends. When it ends here, we'll have Italian cypress planted. That Italian cypress there that you see Pam is handling there, we are lucky that it had not been planted, so it won't suffer any disturbance. It is likely to be placed somewhere here. So when an Italian cypress will be standing here, another one will be placed to this side. Now, this is where the flower bed will end. Whatever drawing that you're seeing here, this won't be a flower bed. This space will have a staircase and a ramp, because as you can see, if you'd want to access the house, this side is steep, is higher, while this is lower. So we will do both. We are suggesting that we do a ramp and a staircase, so that whoever is coming into the home and would want to get into the house would use the staircase or the ramp to get into the compound. So it means that this driveway here comes all the way but leads you to the house through the ramp and the driveway. And that means when we have an Italian cypress here, we'll also have another one to the opposite side, so that when they grow tall, they'll give out some beauty. A balanced beauty, yeah. So thank you, Pam, for that. Yeah, so basically, and then we will allow grass to grow in between here, unless we would want to work on the driveway in terms of compacting it for traffic, because it is loose soil. But if it is to be used by traffic, then we will think otherwise. I mean, if it is to be used by vehicles, then we will have to think otherwise on how to go about it. But for now, we recommend that the grass that is planted on it, we keep that grass. We maintain it. Because as you understand, this soil is usually a little loose. So when it is bare ground and it rains, it erodes just so much. So to avoid the erosion, you can see that the grass that we planted here initially is right in good shape and in good condition. We would want it to remain that way. Right, and what else? We also are thinking that there are some nice crotons like this one here, unique and beautiful. We would want to have them potted. So we would have this one in a pot, and we'd also have, there is also another beautiful one here that I've got to show you. Yeah, this here, and also this one here. So we are thinking that these ones should be potted. We need to get some pots, either plastic pots or whatever kind of pots. And once we pot them, because we have to bring some light closer to the house, so we would have, because this is the staircase getting into the house, this mark that you see here, this border mark that you see here, is representing a flower pot with a croton plant in it. And the same case applies to the opposite side of the staircase. And again, we would have another flower pot. So we are recommending 3 flower pots because we need some plants next to the door. Next to the house. And not just that. We also recommend that some few pots can be placed in the veranda. So at the 3 corners of the veranda, 2 or 3 corners of the veranda, we can have some plants where I recommend a golden palm tree. Or which other plant, Pam, that you may think of? Snake plant. Yeah, actually, snake plant would be quite ideal there.
Maybe some lavenders.
Yeah, and lavender usually has got some nice scent. Would be quite nice to have. So the plants that are here, once we get them in place, I believe they'll be okay.
They'll be okay, and they'll bring out the beauty of this compound. And that was the intention of the subscriber who donated the plants.
Yeah, the subscriber wanted to see beauty.
Yes.
But the plants, you know,
because
again.
As much as I know that he's a plant lover, and that's why I decided on the plants for this compound.
Yeah.
He's donated plants for many, like Mama Pelistas, Felo the Boy, Davy Jr.
Yeah.
So he's been donating these ornamental plants just for the beauty of the compounds, and we appreciate him very much for that. Yeah.
And these plants have always been procured from Joint Hands Green Life Trees Nursery. So from our nurseries we have them, and we have them in abundance. So whoever would want to still donate, you can always get in touch with us, and we can bring them over. And you can still donate even to us, because as much as we are in that business, we won't mind receiving plants.
Yeah. So that we also show where they are planted.
Yeah, so that we show also where they are planted. And again, from another point is that we also been donating.
Yeah.
You remember at us at Johansson, we are really working to beautify that school.
Exactly.
Yeah, so those are the kind of things that we are after. So the drawing here already, when we come over here with Mandela tomorrow, he even without explaining anything to him, he can get in and understand.
And start digging the holes.
Especially going by how we usually design work before we embark on it. Yeah. He will definitely understand that this represents a hole, this represents a big plant, this represents a smaller plant, and he understands it quite so much. And so we look forward to giving Uncle Mo a beautiful compound.
In the long run.
In the long run.
We really waited for this call.
Yeah, we waited. Yeah, and remember I told you we were sent here. And so it means that someone catered for our coming over here and seeing that this work is done. And this work should have been done almost a month ago.
Yeah.
But Anko was still undertaking a number of projects here.
And
the first
there
time
was
we
a
came,
lot of debris just around.
yeah, a lot of debris was still lying around. Even right now, not much has been accomplished in terms of clearing away the debris. I don't know if some construction is yet to take place here or what exactly it is, but we are hoping that whatever else he's undertaking won't interfere with the plants after we will have designed the compound.
Yeah, and we also have to rush and remove these plants because there's some little rain.
Yeah.
So they'll have to establish with the rains before it ends totally.
Yeah, because again, if we can't do this without the rains, it has the weather has to be cold a bit,
And
so
favorable.
and favorable for the plants. You know, remember they've been in the soil for over 2 months now, and so the shocking effect will be so massive on them. To avoid that effect, it will be a delicate procedure to get them removed from the places they were planted and transferring them into new holes. And it also means that we'll have to do a lot of watering, and it means we have to do it at this time when we experience some rainfall and the weather is still a little favorable. We are hoping that it will be nice. So that is the much we could show you for now from Uncle Mo's compound. We are looking forward to informing you a lot more when we will have accomplished this work tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. So what else, Pam, do we have that?
No, I still appreciate our subscribers. We are still celebrating the 1,000 subscribers. And just in case you come across this channel, kindly subscribe, like, and share. And please comment so that we can know where to rectify, where to pull up a bit, because the comments also build us. Yes.
Yeah. And I just remembered that the avocado tree that is lying in the middle of the driveway, my recommendation, which I sell my recommendation in fear because this tree is already grown, but it is lying right in the middle of the driveway. We thought if we could transfer the driveway instead of interfering with the plant, but it is right in front of the gate. So that means this plant, I would recommend that we remove it, and I doubt if it will survive when it gets removed. It is likely to die. I usually not so confident when it comes to operations that are likely to kill a tree, but this one, for it, you can see that it is standing right in the middle of the driveway. So vehicles would not easily move in if a vehicle is to bring anything in, or if in future Uncle Mo is to buy a car. Yeah, because again, he isn't limited. He can acquire a car, and so he should have a vehicle that he should have a compound that he can comfortably access. So in case that plant goes down, we will ensure that we plant another one in its place somewhere. We could actually plant just one because it will have been a big loss. But your opinion counts. So yeah, you are our subscriber and you are highly valuable, so your opinion counts. You can air your opinion, and we will weigh in. We won't take it for granted. We won't ignore you. That is all from us, Joint Hands Green Life Trees. Till we catch up in our next video, we wish you the very best. For now, we say bye-bye.